Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Unscripted Podcast. Today, I am joined by an amazing girl, Eniola, and today we are going to be talking on the topic of consistency again, but we're going to be talking about it specifically in the field of social media. So just staying consistent and creation and just your journey as a young YouTuber. And today I'm going to be talking with somebody that knows what it takes to grow on YouTube, and she's been on this journey for a little while, and we're just going to be diving into her experience. So first, I want to just tell you thank you again for joining us.
Oh my goodness, it's honestly an honor to be on here, and everything you do is just so amazing. So I'm just honored to be here. So I want to say thank you to you as well.
Thank you
for having me.
Of course. And I'm excited, but before we get started, I want to just give you a little bit of time to kind of introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about you.
Okay, so I'm Eniola Esther. My actual name is Eniola Backray. Esther is my middle name, but that's what I go by. And I'm 19 years old. I'm in university, my first year. I do YouTube, and I've been dabbling into the space of Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. But yeah, you can see me here and there. Also, my sister is all over TikTok as well. So some people see me on her TikTok and they're like, oh, it's Eniola, and it's, yeah. So just trying to dabble in the space of social media in little bits and pieces. So yeah.
Very interesting. We can just get started. So the first question I have for you is, what made you want to start a YouTube channel?
I think growing up, I was always pretending to film myself in the mirror. So I would be talking to myself and doing my makeup and trying to, as if there was a camera, but there was never a camera. And my mom would always catch me. It was crazy. And then I just started to pick up a camera, and then it was on from there. And I think I was 6 years old when I started to just film myself. And then I started to see family vlogs and stuff like that, and that pushed me to actually make videos when I was about 9 or 10. But yeah, that was what really got me into it. I knew that this was something that I had an unconscious passion for. And yeah, that's how everything came about.
How did you feel posting your first episode? Were you scared? Were you nervous?
I was so ecstatic. I don't even know if anyone can understand my excitement. I think it was a shopping haul. I'd come back from the States and I was like, yes, this is it. And I had my nails done. I just got acrylics. I was really feeling myself. So I posted this 5-minute segment of me showing everyone what I got. And oh my goodness, I could not be happier. I was I'm living out my dream. There was no fear ever. It was just straight excitement from the very beginning. And then we go into my journey where it gets a little bit rocky, but from the very beginning it was straight excitement. Yeah
I like that a lot, and I think it's so cute that you've always been recording, because I feel a lot of people, they start and then they get a little bit afraid and they just kind of stop. But I think that's really cute, and it's also really encouraging too. And did you always know the type of content that you wanted to post, or did it kind of evolve over time?
I think it kind of evolved. I dabbled into a lot of things at first. I was doing mukbangs to shopping hauls to getting ready with me. It was all over the place. It was so sporadic, but I think that was the most authentic to myself, because I didn't have a niche. I just wanted it to be my brand and me just doing what I normally do on a day-to-day basis. But as I've grown up, I think I've narrowed down to fashion and beauty and lifestyle and stuff like that. But starting out, it was really just what's the most authentic to me is what you're going to see on YouTube. That's what it was in the beginning. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's really important too. Just because I feel everybody always says this, but everybody else is always taken. So having that authenticity and being able to do your own thing without being afraid is really important, especially if you want to stand out.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Kind of switching subjects a little bit, I want to kind of talk about the challenges of consistency. So you've obviously been doing this for a little while now. So what helped you stay consistent, and what motivated you to continue posting?
Oh my goodness, my support system is incredible. I think as I've grown up in the years, I've developed this shame, and I've became more fearful of like fear of being perceived, and just like being like social media, the internet is such a big and like daunting place. So when you're young, you're like naive to the all the horrors that are part of the internet, but when you get older and you kind of start to see it for what it is, it becomes very scary. But having this amazing support system, like my friends and my family, I have always kept my YouTube to be something like for me. So for the longest time, nobody knew about it, and then obviously my mom started to find out about it, my sisters, my friends, and then they started encouraging me and stuff like that. So stepping out of the isolation was a big like motivating factor for me, because then I could have like my friends, like my cousins will literally just be like, I know what you love to do, just do it. Like they would motivate me in ways that I couldn't even imagine, and I'm just so grateful for the love that I'm like surrounded by, because I think that you on yourself, like you're your biggest critic, and you have so many mental blocks that if you don't have other people who are like seeing your light and pushing you towards it, then it can be a huge setback. But my support system has been incredible. Like in every time where I'm like, yeah, I can't do this, my family is always just like right behind me, pushing me up this mountain, and it is the most amazing thing, and I cannot be more grateful for every single person who has been like pushing me and motivating me and like seeing the best in me when I didn't. So yeah, definitely my friends and my family.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. And I think that like, because I've been on the topic of consistency a lot, I feel like within different fields, and I feel like all of them always say a strong support system is really vital. Like that doesn't mean it doesn't matter if you're talking about like athletics or like academics, no matter what you're doing, having that support system is really, really important.
It is so important. Yeah, I completely agree. It takes a village, really. Like it really, and I think you think that you can have it on your own and you can just do it by yourself, but I mean, you are your biggest enemy anyway. So like if you don't have people that are there to push you, then you really will just fall. So it is in every aspect, like you said, it is so important. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and I like that.
Yeah.
But kind of going to that point that you were making, like before you really relied on your support system and when you were in isolation, was there ever a point where you felt like you were going to give up, and what kind of helped you to push past that?
I think that, I mean, many people can see I've gone like year off, year on, back and forth. And I think when I had like a little bit of a break 2 years back, when some of my like back to school videos were starting to do really well, and I just got incredibly terrified. I think I just shut down, and I think that nobody prepares you for like on the outside it looks like, oh my gosh, like her videos are doing well, but it like there's also the scary side where it's like, okay, now it's finally working, now what? And after that I really reached this point where I was like, I don't believe in myself. I had no confidence. I felt like my content had no worth, even though it was doing well. There was like this hollow and emptiness in it. And I took a little bit of a break, and then I had my family who like was really just like in my head, just, you know, do what you love to do. I can see this is what you love to do. Like this is a hurdle that you just have to overcome. And they were really gracious with me and like giving me the time that I needed. But that was the biggest moment where I think they really like stirred the boat. Like they really were the one in the driver's seat pushing me to do it. And I think it took me a little bit of a year to come back to it and like really rediscover myself. And then I started to feel more comfortable, more confident, and like I stepped into who I really was in content creation. But that point I really relied on them, and they just showed out as per usual. So yeah.
Oh, I like that a lot, because, and you keep on going back to this point of having that support system, having your family members there. And I think that's just like kind of bringing us back to the point that is what we need. You need to build that up. Like no matter what you're doing, in order to succeed, you need to be able to rely on other people. Do you have like a process or like a schedule that you stick to when it comes to filming your content?
Before I did, and I think that was like my road to failure, because I say this because I think that I wanted like content creation to be the most authentic to me, and in doing that, it had to be something that when I wanted to film, I was gonna do. So when I made myself have a schedule, and I'm a very organized person, like I love schedules, I love calendars, I love all of that, but I felt that schedules and YouTube for me just didn't work because it felt like a chore when I had a schedule, when I had a set time, instead of it being something that was like an outlet and like a release and like kind of like a break away from like reality and like real life and stuff. So that didn't work for me, and so I started to realize that a lot later on. So now I don't have a schedule. Now I kind of just go with the flow, and it keeps it a hobby, it keeps it fun instead of it being like, I never want it to become a job. And I know people say when you start getting money, it becomes a job no matter what, but for me, I just always wanted it to be something that I could just like, this is my safe space, and having a schedule made it not. So before I did, and I was really strict on it, and then that was just like my burnout, my breakdown, and now I kind of just like, I kind of go with the flow, like where the wind takes me, that's where I'm going. So yeah.
I love that, because I definitely agree. I feel like, especially, it comes with like anything you do. Once you start doing it too much, like have that set schedule, it feels like you're getting burnt out, because it's like, it's like homework. It's like you have to.
I agree.
Yeah, but like having that balance, knowing where to put that line is kind of important too. Because like you said, this isn't your first thing that you want to do. This isn't your job. This is that you enjoy.
Yes.
To have that joy in it. And that kind of brings me to my next question. This isn't the only thing that you're doing. You're still in school. You have a lot ahead of you. So how do you stay balanced, and how are you able to do all of this?
I think also discipline is a big thing too, because again, I want this to be something I do when I want to, but I also have to be diligent in the fact that like I have people that I'm owing, like I have an audience that I owe videos and content to. So as much as I want it to be a hobby, and I also have to be diligent and have discipline in that fact as well. But yeah, with school and like everything, I think finding a way that they can intersect has been like the biggest thing for me. Again, I was telling you how I had like some shame and like isolation in it, but when I stepped out of that and started to tell my friends and my family, and I could incorporate them in my videos and like tell them and like incorporate like the school aspect into my videos, and also like stepping out of the fear of being perceived and having the confidence to just pick up my camera. Like if I'm in a lab, I'm just gonna be recording. I'm sorry, like I don't know what to tell you. At this point, I just don't even care anymore. So that helped me in terms of like management and making it something that could be manageable, because now it's my life. Like it's not just, it's YouTube and school and everything. It's like everything kind of combines in one. And I think that's been like the beauty of it all, when seeing everything just fold together, and it just like, this is just my life now.
Yeah, so kind of like putting those puzzle pieces together.
Yes, yeah. Instead of them being like separate, set little compartments of my life. Like I love the way they can all just intertwine, and it makes it so much more fun, and it keeps it very like lighthearted, and I don't feel like I'm burnt out, because it's just like every just part of my life is coming together. So it's exciting. I love it. Yeah.
If there's one thing you wish you knew before you started, what would it be?
Ooh, I think you have to stick to, I saw this saying, and it was like, stick to the plan and not your mood. And I wish that was something I would have known before I started, because every single time I followed my mood, I always went down this rabbit hole that I could not like come out of. But if I had just stick to the plan, where it was just like, just go with the flow, follow your life, and just like do what makes you happy, and just take so much pressure off of yourself, then I think that I would be in such a different space, and I would have not have gone through all those like incredibly hard hurdles that I had gone through. But the plan was always to do YouTube. So if I just stick to that and gave myself some grace when I needed to, instead of just being so hard on myself, I think I would have, things would have just been, it would have been a smoother ride. So to anyone, and just to me, my past self, I would have stuck to the plan and not my mood.
Yeah, I like that. And also, I feel like you've kind of answered this question a little bit, but how has YouTube helped you like grow personally?
Oh my goodness, the confidence I have now is actually, I'm a little bit delusional in it, because I have never had this much confidence in my life. And growing as a person, like I have I know myself so much more. I feel so in tune with myself. I feel like I'm not living this character life. I feel like I'm actually just being myself. And that has been like the most amazing thing, because I think before I would kind of like put on this front, and now it's just like what you're seeing on camera is what you're seeing off camera. Like, you're just going to get the most transparent version of myself. And that has taught me that just being your most authentic self attracts people that are like you, attracts like the best type of love, attracts the best support system and stuff, because they get to know you and see you for who you are. So yeah, confidence, authenticity, transparency, and self-discovery has been like the major things that I've taken away from YouTube. And I am forever grateful for it, because these are things that I will take with me for the rest of my life. And I think that in these very vital years of your life, teenage years, where you're learning about yourself, it's very important to like get that self-discovery down. And I think that YouTube has been like the biggest thing of like helping me in that. So
I love that. And also, where do you see yourself in a couple of years? Do you think you'll still be doing YouTube?
Yeah, I like to say so. I think that I want this to be something that I take with me forever, because it's so nice to just like look back and to see where I've started and how much I've grown. And also just, I love community. So I want to be able to hone in on that, and like have this be something that like you guys are following with me for life. Like, so definitely in the next 5 years, hopefully a ring, but also yes, YouTube as well. Yeah.
I love that. And also, if you had any advice for anybody that was interested in starting their own YouTube channel, or even just content creation, what would it be?
I think it should just be. I think there's so much pressure on, like, especially like if you're a Black girl, or like if you're African, like from people of minority communities and stuff, there's so much fear in being perceived, and fear in just having to be so excellent at something where other races could be just like mediocre at and stuff. So I think that if I'm speaking to any young Black girl, I would really just say just be, and just believe in yourself so much, and you will start to see how other people will believe in you. Like, you are worth it, you have so much worth, and you are needed in this world. So I think, just be and just do, and everything else will just fall into place. Like, don't wait for the perfect time, don't wait for when you're happy, don't wait for when you've lost weight. Do it now and see how your life will change, because if you sacrifice the dream, like, you are gonna be the most unhappy and uncontent in your life, and at any point in your life. So I think just follow your dreams, you just go for it full force, all effort, and like full steam ahead. So yeah, that was a little bit of a rant, but I hope that someone got that message in there though.
Yeah, I think that was amazing, and just thank you so much. I think the entire thing was amazing, but I think that completes the questions that I have for you. But
okay,
I always do a little game towards the end of my podcast episodes with the people that I interview, and today I have a couple rapid fire questions for you, and I'm just going to ask you a couple of them, and then you can just answer whatever fits you best. Okay. So who is your favorite YouTuber right now?
The Wizard Liz. I don't know if you know her, but she just does a lot of self-help talks and just a lot of like harsh rants. And I love her for that, and I can like sit down and watch her videos, and also like her faith is so inspiring as well. So yeah, she's been like someone I've had like on repeat like the past couple months. Yeah.
What's one thing you can't film without?
A smile. Smile. I think a smile is so important. I mean, I keep it basic. I just film on my phone. I don't have any camera, microphone, or anything. So my thing is just like, if I have to show up, I have to be my most authentic self, put all my effort in, and I need to smile because I need to be happy. So yeah, a smile is something I can't film without, because it makes for a great video. So
perfect. What's your dream brand collaboration?
Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, I don't know. I feel like any brand. Yeah. If I have a specific dream, can I just do like a YouTuber who like I would really like to collab with? Is that fine? Okay. I would really love to collab with Court Reezy. Oh my goodness, she's hilarious. She is so funny, and I think that I would develop some humor with her. So I would love to collaborate with her. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
What's the most unexpected comment or reaction you've gotten on a video?
I uploaded a video on a whim. I think it was like I was going back to school, and it just got so much love. It was insane. I think I was like overwhelmed by how much love I got. And also growing up, I had negative comments on like my voice and stuff. And I think every single majority of the comments under that video were like people loving my voice and stuff. So I was really taken aback. I was so surprised, but it was a good type of overwhelming. I was enjoying it. It was great. And everybody in that comment section was just so incredibly kind. Like, I was tearing up reading those comments. I was like, oh my goodness, you guys are the most amazing humans. But yeah, I think that was like the most unexpected reaction I got.
Perfect. I think that ends the couple of rapid fire questions that I had for you. And I think this ends our podcast episode for today. So I just want to take the time to thank you again. This was amazing. And I'm so glad that you had the opportunity to be on the podcast. And I hope that all the listeners took away something from your journey within content creation. And guys, that will complete our episode for today. So thank you all for listening, and we will see you all in the next 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.